Hello and welcome to the next video. In this video, I'm basically going to introduce you to a whole new world of Hello and welcome to the next video. In this video, I'm basically going to share some ideas and give you some profitable niches or categories on Fiverr. Now, as I mentioned before, Fiverr has grown out a lot in the last few years and continues to grow. Fiverr right now has more than 600 subcategories, which is all good news for you because it means that you can offer services of any kind on Fiverr. I'm going to introduce you to a whole new world here on Fiverr, some gigs that no one else talks about, some low entry gigs. And the thing about Fiverr, like I mentioned before, it doesn't have to be all about serious gigs like programming or like business, anything like that. We can create some gigs that are more low entry, something that you can finish quickly and that doesn't need the highest skills, right? Or the biggest skill set. So basically, these are the categories here, like graphics and design or programming. And then, for example, on programming, you have all these other subcategories, right? So anything you can think of, you can basically offer that on Fiverr. That is why in the beginning, I said that Fiverr is a marketplace where you can turn any kind of skill that you have or even an interest you might have into income, right? Because like I said, it has more than 600 subcategories, which means that you can offer a whole lot of gigs and gigs that are more low entry, right? Now, when we're looking at these categories or these niches here, now a lot of them are very popular and they're going to be profitable, right? So digital marketing, graphics, or design, these are all popular niches. Now, one thing I want to mention is that Fiverr continues to add new subcategories or even categories. For example, the business one wasn't available years ago. For example, we have consulting, which is brand new. So this is like a completely new category that Fiverr has introduced, all about consulting. Consulting is very big right now, not just on Fiverr, but outside of Fiverr too. So any kind of topic or something that you specialize on, something that you have knowledge on, you can offer consulting services. As you can see, we have all kinds of consulting, even career counseling, life coaching, or even game coaching. Imagine you can go on Fiverr and people are basically showing you how to play video games, or even, for example, this one here, chess, right? So this is what I mean, that I'm going to introduce you to a whole new world of categories on Fiverr, because most of the courses and online information that I've seen online, even before I started working on Fiverr, were all like logo design or web design or programming, right? They wouldn't mention any other like categories, and these can be very popular and profitable. For example, this one here says, I will improve your chess skills. And as you can see, so this freelancer here specializes on chess. She knows how to play this game very well. And you can see from the reviews here, we know that she has at least 400 orders, right? Just by offering chess lessons. So this is what I mean, that Fiverr here is not only about like super serious gigs. You can offer any kind of gigs that you want on Fiverr. So before you continue, think about something that you enjoy doing, right? Write 2 to 7 skills that you might have, and they can be anything. For example, think about something that your friends maybe or your family ask you for help. Is it something that you do, for example, online? Is it something, for example, you know how to use a platform very well, or you can do like editing, whatever that may be. I want you to think, what is something that you can offer on Fiverr? And even if you cannot think of something right now, I'm going to show you in the next topic some gig ideas that don't need the biggest skill sets for you to have, right? So this is why Fiverr has to be specific for you. That is why I'm not going to just show you one specific gig and be like, hey, go create this one, because you might not even enjoy doing that, or you might not have the skill set for it, right? So that's why I want to show you, give you more options and give you some ideas to kind of push you in a direction where you can create gigs that you actually want to create, and you can you enjoy doing them and you can actually offer quality work doing them. So business, consulting, and AI services. Right now, AI is crushing it. I'm sure you have heard about AI, artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, all of that. These are tools that just keep growing and growing. So AI is here to stay. It's not a trend that will go away. It will just continue to grow and grow. So I would highly recommend for you to look into doing something related with AI or artificial intelligence. And this can be anything, right? So business, consulting, basically any kind of category here is going to be profitable, but it's about finding what fits your skill set and your hobby and your basically what you can offer on Fiverr. But as I said, you can offer any kind of service here that you want. So for me, for this year, last year and this year, AI has been crushing it. So I would definitely look into creating some AI services as well. Now, in the beginning, you can create 7 gigs or 7 offers. So you can create basically something on AI, something, let's say, on let's say if you know video editing, you can do that. So you can create 7 different gigs on Fiverr when you're just getting started. Now, like I said, AI is crushing it. So one thing that I want to mention about AI, what people do with AI, is basically we have AI artists, right? So what these freelancers do is they have these tools like Midjourney, for example, right? It's a tool for AI. And what this tool does is it generates AI images. I'm sure you've seen like images online created with AI. They look very cool, right? So you can go, for example, here, Midjourney artists, and we see that there's a lot of artists here, right? So we can create a gig related to AI. Now, what these freelancers do is they will take an idea from their client and they will basically just use the Midjourney tool and they will generate, the tool will generate the image for them. So they're not actually designing these images themselves, they're just using a prompt, kind of similar like ChatGPT. They just type in something on these tools and they will generate the image. It will generate the image for them. So all they're doing here is they're leveraging the platform Midjourney to create these AI images. And you can see that, for example, this first one here has, we can see that it has more than 658 orders by the reviews here. So these, the AI category, AI images, is crushing it right now. So that is why I would definitely look into creating something with AI. Another thing that I liked was the consulting industry or category because, like I said, you can do, for example, if you have experience with writing content before, or a social media strategy, or even an influencer strategy, right? You can offer any kind of service that you can think of, right? So before you continue, think about what you can offer to people, what tools can you leverage that some people might not know how to use or they don't have the time to learn, right? Because at the end of the day on Fiverr, we are offering something to save our clients time and to basically save them time and to offer our quality work. And it can be very specific, right? For example, here on consulting, we have coaching and advice. We also have travel advice, right? So all people are doing here is they're leveraging the location where they live. And as you can see, for example, this freelancer here lives in Paris, France. And it says here, I will earn errands for you in Paris, France. So all this freelancer is doing is they're leveraging the location where they're at, and they're working basically with clients who need to complete some errands in Paris, France, right? So this is what I mean, that Fiverr has a lot of gigs and basically categories that you can offer services in. They also have the lifestyle category. It's not available here, but it's available on the app. So you can see the lifestyle category. For example, you have personal trainers here. People are giving coaching programs for fitness, for example, here. So if that is something that you know or basically familiar with, so anything that you can think of, you can definitely offer it here on Fiverr. So do not limit yourself only to the gigs that I mentioned before, like logo design or something like that. You can create any kind of gigs that you want here. So before you get started, like I said, write 2 to 7 skills that you might have, something that you enjoy doing, something that you can leverage. You can leverage, like we have here, a location, or you can leverage a tool that you might know how to use. So you can basically offer any kind of service that you want here on Fiverr. And like I said, I would highly recommend to offer something related to AI, because it's something that is just going to continue to grow and grow. And they're adding new subcategories with AI here. For example, we have AI content editing. We also have basically people who are writing prompts. So for example, if we go to AI content, people, all they're doing is they know how to use the prompts on ChatGPT. If you're familiar with ChatGPT, I used it to write one of the descriptions on the previous topics. So what they're doing is they know how to use ChatGPT very well, and they can use like the best prompts to save the client time. So as you can see, all these freelancers here are doing is they are leveraging their knowledge, and they're leveraging ChatGPT to save the client's time. So it's not something that it's super complicated. You can learn about writing prompts or ChatGPT. You can get very good at it, and then you can leverage that knowledge that you have for to offer those services on Fiverr. So this is what I mean, that I want you to look at Fiverr from a different perspective, and to offer basically any kind of gigs that you might think of. Now, obviously, I'm going to give you like specific gig ideas in the next videos. We're also going to be creating a gig together here. So I'm going to show you how to do that as well, how to optimize your gigs. But in this video, I just wanted to show you the potential Fiverr has, and basically all these categories that Fiverr has to offer. So to summarize here, the categories that I would recommend for you to go for is definitely something involving AI. So AI is definitely something that you want to consider to offer your services at. And like I said, even if you don't have too much experience with Fiverr, you can learn that in no time. Tools like ChatGPT or even Midjourney to generate images, right? I'm going to talk about that more in the next topics. I would definitely look into doing some consulting, especially if you have any prior experience, basically with anything, knowledge you might have. So you can definitely offer something in consulting. And it's great because you're just sharing your knowledge with people on Fiverr. People that are not the most knowledgeable in a certain topic that you might, have years of experience in, right? So definitely consulting, and it's a new category. So it's definitely something that it's not oversaturated. Like logo design, it's super saturated. So for consulting, it's definitely something that it's brand new and untapped, right? Then we also have digital marketing. Obviously, this is a big category. Now, digital marketing is going to include like a lot of different ways of doing digital marketing, and different platforms, right? For example, if you're someone that uses, for example, TikTok a lot, right? Or even Instagram, YouTube, you might know how their algorithm works by just using these applications, right? So you might have knowledge on how what TikTok would work best, and how you can help clients, setting up the TikTok or even running some ads there. So digital marketing is something that you definitely want to look into. We also have video and animation. Now, this is great, especially with UGC videos, which I'm going to talk about these specifically in the next topics. And we also have voiceovers. Voiceovers do very well on Fiverr, and it's great because if you have like a specific voice, a special voice, or if you have basically if you are from a country that people might go for example, you're going to have here different kinds of voiceovers like French, German, specific countries. So clients on Fiverr go to get like super specific gigs. So voiceovers are definitely something that you might look into. But if you're not comfortable with like I mentioned, the videos, or showing your face, or even sharing your voice, don't worry, because I'm going to share some gigs that you can create without showing your face or sharing your voice, right? So no worries. I want to create the gigs here and give you gig ideas that can work for anyone. So that is why I'm not going to just go ahead and tell you to go create a specific gig. I want you to have more options, and I want to give you some ideas that are specific for you, right? So even if you don't want to do voiceovers, I'm going to give you other ideas, right? So no worries. Now, when you're creating your gigs on Fiverr, and like I said, we're going to create our gigs in the next videos, we want to be as specific as we can. So we want to narrow down. So first we need to pick a category or an industry. Let's say we pick digital marketing, right? Now, digital marketing on its own is a very big category, which includes a lot of subcategories. So if you're thinking about doing digital marketing, we have to narrow down to, let's say, we're doing only influencer marketing, right? Then we want to narrow down even more, because think about clients go on Fiverr and they're going to write a specific service here, right? They're not going to just type digital marketing, right? They're looking for someone who can help them on a specific industry, right? So for example, if you offer digital marketing, we need to further down to, let's say, you're offering digital marketing on Pinterest, right? Which is a platform. So you're basically just narrowing it down your gig. You're narrowing it down because the more specific you can get, the better it's going to be, right? Or for example, if you offer graphics and design, right? Let's say the graphics and design is a big industry on its own, but let's say you offer something on fashion, and then you're narrowing it down to t-shirts and merchandise. So this is what I mean, that you're picking first the category, which is graphics and design. Then you're further narrowing down your service to fashion, right? So you're only offering graphics and design for fashion, for the fashion industry. Then you're further narrowing it down to only t-shirts. So this is what I mean, that you want to narrow down, and create a gig that is specific, and not make your gig something that it's like all over the place, right? So when you're creating a gig, for example, let's say you create, like I said, graphics and design, you're creating one specific only for t-shirts, right? I'm just taking it this as an example. I'm not saying to go create like a t-shirts gig unless you want, right? But I'm just saying that you have to be as specific as you can, or even, for example, with AI, you basically want to create only AI images or prompts, and you're only using Midjourney. So when someone is searching for a Midjourney artist on Fiverr, they can find you. So I want you to, like I said, to just narrow down to make your gig as specific as we can, because specific works on Fiverr. We don't want our gig to be to include a lot of clients, because it doesn't work like that. We want to create gigs for clients who are looking for something specific. They want it quick, and they can find us that way. So the more specific you get, the more you narrow down your gig and make it specific to an industry or a specific category, it's going to be better. So the goal here with Fiverr is picking a big industry, for example, digital marketing. Then you narrow down to, let's say, a social app, and then you narrow down to a social media app, let's say like TikTok or Pinterest or something like that. So you're just narrowing it down based on that. So thank you again for watching this video, and I'm going to see you in the next videos, where I'm going to basically show you some specific gig ideas that you can create, give you even more ideas on what kind of gigs you want to create. And basically then we're going to continue to create our first gig together and to optimize it the best way we can. And you can follow along with me and create the gig as you watch this course, if that's something that you want to do. So thanks again. I'm going to see you in the next video. Hello there, and welcome to the next video. In this video, for the next few videos, I'm going to show you and share specific gig ideas that you can create. Right, so in the last topic I mentioned, I gave you like some different categories and showed you like a different perspective of using Fiverr and offering services, some low entry services, and some ones that are brand new, like consulting or even AI. Now, in this first gig idea, I'm going to basically show you how to create or share a specific idea with AI. and that is the one that I mentioned before, which is generating AI images, right? Now, if you haven't used these tools before, it might seem a little overwhelming, but I'm going to share how you can do this and basically the potential this has. So with AI, you can offer anything, but for this gig idea, I'm going to focus on generating AI images, which is the easiest thing that you can do with AI, right? So we have what I'm basically sharing here is how you can become an AI artist on Fiverr, right? So AI artists, basically we have different tools like Midjourney or this one here, which is from ChatGPT. And I have it opened here. I'm going to show you how you can do this for yourself. So to become an AI artist, you just pick a tool that you want to use. If it's Midjourney or the second one here, let's just go with the second one here. And basically you can generate AI images with these tools. And the great thing about these is that they have a lot of interest here. Or if we go with the Midjourney one, the Midjourney artists, these are even more popular. For example, these first few here have a lot of orders, or the one that we checked out before, which had like 600 orders completed, for example, this one here. So what they're doing is the client is going to give them an idea, right? The client gives them an idea, and then this freelancer goes on Midjourney and they will generate that prompt, and the tool is going to generate the image for them. So these are like specific images you might see in like AI images online, which are very trending. So what this freelancer does is they offer this kind of service. For example, they are offering one custom design for $30. The premium package, they're offering 7 different images for $150, right? So like I said, all these freelancers doing is they know how to use the Midjourney tool very well, and they can generate images with that, images that the clients even the clients are giving the freelancer the ideas. So like I said, all this freelancer has to do is go on the Midjourney tool, generate that prompt. Midjourney is going to generate the image automatically within a few minutes, and then they can send that image to the client and basically deliver the work. Now, besides Midjourney, we also have this one here, which is by ChatGPT, and this is how it works. You can just message them, for example, imagine a cat as a ballerina, for example, right? Something that you do not see on your day-to-day basis, right? So this is how these tools work. We wait for it to create our image. As you can see, they generated the image within in less than a minute, and you can go ahead and download it. So this is something that you can do on Fiverr to work as an AI artist. You can use this DALL-E tool, which is a tool by ChatGPT. It's integrated here. Now this tool is like $20 a month, but you can create the gig, and once you get your first order, then you can get the subscription for DALL-E. So it's very simple to use. You just generate a prompt, they generate the image. You can basically download it, and then you can deliver it to the client, which is, make it specific to their needs. And Midjourney works in a similar way as well. It is I would say, a bit more complicated than this, but it does the same thing as DALL-E here. So this is something you can do as offering AI services on Fiverr, basically generating AI images for clients. And as you can see here, there's a lot of interest. A lot of clients, freelancers here have more than 100 orders. They have a lot of reviews. For example, this one 600, close to 200, 300, and these are only reviews. So there's definitely more orders because not every client is going to leave a review, right? So it's definitely something that you want to look at. And like I said, it's not going to be something that it's super complicated, right? So keep this in mind. This is only the first gig idea. I'm going to share some more ideas in the next topics. So you want to check them out to kind of see something and basically find something for yourself, which you can offer on Fiverr. Then once I'm done with sharing gig ideas, I'm going to show you how to create your first gigs. And I want to mention this again. I know I mentioned it before. I don't want to give you like a specific gig idea. For example, go and create AI and just keep it at that. I want to give you more options, because if I say go create AI art and I just leave it as that, you might not even enjoy doing this, or you might not find yourself, doing this, so this might not be something that you want to do on Fiverr or have interest in doing. And also, if I say go create this specific gig, everyone who watches this course, whether that's 100 people, 1,000 people, you're going to all go and create the same gig, which is not going to benefit anyone, because it's going to become even more saturated. So that is why, for me, I'm going to give you more than a few options and gig ideas. And basically, I want you to find yourself in a specific industry or gig that you can create, because not every gig is going to work for everyone, right? You might not have the skill set for it, or you might not even enjoy doing that, right? So that is for this reason, I'm not going to just stick with one gig idea. I'm going to give you multiple gig ideas to kind of get you in the mindset of creating something that you enjoy doing and something that you have the skill set for. So thank you again. I'm going to see you in the next topic. Hello and welcome to the next video or the next topic. Now this topic is going to be gig idea number 2. Now when I say gig idea number 2, I don't mean them ranked in any particular order, right? I'm just going through them to kind of show you, like I said, different options. So it's not like I'm saying this is the second best gig you can create, right? I'm just giving you examples. And for this gig, I want to mention is basically in the video and animation category, and it's UGC videos, or user generated content. Now, if you haven't heard about these videos, these are basically videos created from people for people, right? Or for clients. And these are basically the videos which are basically like people can use these videos, or companies can use these videos for their brands. And the great thing about these videos is they're basically like more personal. So they can, when companies use this kind of videos, you might have seen them online, where people are just talking about a brand or a product. It's way more personal, and they don't feel like an ad, right? So that is why user-generated content has become very popular over the last couple of years, because people don't want to see like ads with that are like overly edited. They want to see ads from like normal people talking about a product, and that is why you can offer these kinds of services on Fiverr as well. So how this work is basically a company or a client will hire you to talk about, or to create a video to either talk about a product or a company or whatever. And these are, like I said, just standard videos. For example, this one here, or this one here, for example, let's go with this freelancer here. As you can see, they are charging $100 to create like just a normal TikTok video. So if for example, if you create videos on TikTok normal, right, why not get paid for it, Or let's go with this other freelancer here, which is charging $120 for a 15-second video, right? Or if you go with the premium package for a 60 video ad video, they're charging $185 a script of 200 words maximum. So this freelancer is making this much for doing a video with less than 200 words. And you can see this freelancer has 14 orders in queue, which means that it's currently working with 14 clients, or has 14 orders in queue, which is working on. This is what I mean, that these videos are very popular. Now, if you're not comfortable with sharing your face or creating these videos, I completely understand that. Like I mentioned, I'm going to share some other gig ideas, but this is something that it's very good, because user-generated content is very good. And these are basically videos where you're creating a TikTok video talking about a company or a product, and these companies basically are going to use their video for ads or something like that, because like I said, these perform very well. Like I said, they're more personal and they don't feel like ads. That is why these videos have become very popular. As I said, normal ads, generic ads that are like overly edited, and they just seem too salesy, right? So that's why, for example, we go with this other freelancer. These perform very well. As you can see, this freelancer is charging less. So for a 30 word video is charging $5, and the premium, a 120 word video, is charging $20. So this can go up and down in price. Some of them charge more than others, but these are basically, like I said, another gig idea that you can create. Just creating, you work with clients, they will either tell you, they will give you the script. All you have to do is record the video on your phone, or they can ship some products and you can talk about the specific product. For example, this freelancer here can make up to $150 for a 60-second video, and his basic package is $100 for a 15-second video for TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook. And basically, this is, like I said, another gig idea that you can create. As you can see, this freelancer has managed to get I would assume more than 400 orders, and he is currently working on 3 orders, and there's a lot of interest, as you can see here. So this is just another gig idea you can create. But as I said, if you're not comfortable with sharing your face or creating videos, you don't want to be seen online, then no worries, because I'm going to give you even more gig ideas which you can create. So thank you again, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Hello and welcome to the next video, in which I'm going to share another gig idea you can create. Now, you might have heard about this before, which is basically creating voiceovers. This is something that gets, I've seen, other people talk about doing voiceovers on Fiverr, and that is because there's a lot of interest in these gigs, right? This is something that has been, since the beginning, I would say, of Fiverr, and is something that generates basically a lot of orders. For example, you can see these freelancers here, the first ones all have more than 1,000 reviews, which means that they completed more than 1,000 orders, and they charge anywhere from $10 for 100 words all the way to 45 or even more per 100 words, which is pretty good, right? So if you have like a specific voice, this can work from anywhere. Now, obviously, most of the time, these are going to be used for if you live in America, right? If you live in the US, these are the voiceovers that have generated the most interest. But we can also have, for example, we have Australian, we have British, Finnish, so any kind of German voice, Filipino, French, so any kind of any country that you're from. Basically, clients are going to they can find a use for your name. So if this is something that you want to get started with, I would say it pays very well. For example, we have some freelancers charging up to $85 per 100 words, which is still pretty good. You're just reading a script at the end of the day, right? And obviously, as you generate more orders, you can obviously invest in, for example, in having a better microphone and having your setup be better. But this is something that I would definitely look into if I were you. But even, like I said, if you're not comfortable with sharing your face or even your voice, then no worries, because I'm going to continue to give you more gig ideas. But this is something that has a lot of interest, and like I said, it can work for any kind of specific voice, male, female, or female, or any kind of country. Like I said, there's a lot of from different countries, like Germany, British, US, any kind of country that you might be from. You can basically create voiceovers in that. So, and the great thing is that there's not one specific voice that people look for, right? So obviously, people are going to look for even more specific voices. There's not just one voice that people look for, there's specific voices, and this is definitely something that you can look for. But as I said, if you're not comfortable with sharing your voice, we will obviously look into even more gig ideas to give you even more ideas and options to create your gigs in. And then once I'm finished with sharing the gig ideas, we're obviously going to be creating our first gig together. So thank you again. I'm going to see you in the next video. Hello and welcome to the next video. This is going to be another gig idea for you. So, going down the list. Now, something that I see that gets a lot of interest is basically doing product research, right? We have it here on the business category and here business, and we have basically product research, right? So on product research, these freelancers basically do research to kind of see what kind of product sell. Maybe you've seen like e-commerce stores, or let's say you see like what sells on Amazon, but this can work basically for any platform like Amazon, Shopify, or even Etsy, right? So for example, if you go on Etsy regularly or you go on Amazon regularly and you kind of know what product is trending, what sells a lot, or maybe you buy these products yourself, this is great because these freelancers basically they do product research. They do this for, like I said, Amazon, or even eBay, Etsy, Shopify, and basically there's a lot of interest for these products, right? For example, we have one of the freelancers here, like this one, and it has this freelancer has a lot of orders. And what he does, this freelancer, is basically he finds products for Shopify, right? To find like drop shipping products. So what he does is he sees what kind of products sell well. He uses like different tools for this. He sees what is trending. He checks like Facebook ads, all that stuff. So what he charges is he charges $50 to find clients, not you, but to find clients a single product for their store, right? Or if you go with standard, he finds like two products and he does like pricing research. So he kind of sees what their competitors are listing these products, and he does some competition research. And for the premium, he will search like three products for clients and he charges $230. So I think this can definitely work because you can do research online to kind of see what products sell well, and you're basically just recommending that to clients who have started, let's say, a Shopify store, an Amazon account, a seller account, or an Etsy store, and they want to basically start selling trending products. So this is another gig idea that I think work very well. There's a lot of interest for these in this niche, in this category. So this is definitely something that you might want to check out as well. Now I'm gonna talk more and give you even more gig ideas in the next videos. So you can check the next videos if you don't think this is the right fit for you. So thank you again. I'm gonna see you in the next video where I'm gonna show you another gig idea that you can do. Hello and welcome to the next video. This video is going to be another gig idea, but it's going to be more broad. So I'm not talking about a specific gig, but I'm talking about a specific category, which is consulting. And I've mentioned this before as well, right? So consulting is a new category in Fiverr, which means that it's still not oversaturated. And it's great because you can offer any kind of consulting that you can think of, right? Even more than you see here, right? And it can be anything. We have like more serious like business consultant who work who basically offer like legal consulting, financial consulting, HR, business consulting. So consulting is very big, not just on Fiverr, but outside of Fiverr too. It's something that it's just been growing and growing and growing. So consulting is definitely something that you might want to get into because it's great because you basically are giving knowledge, basically something that you know, maybe something that you worked before. For example, think about, like I mentioned before, what kind of skill set you have, what kind of experience do you have, maybe some work that you've done previously, right? So definitely consulting is something great because you're working with new clients and you're basically just consulting them on something that you have more knowledge on, right? And this can be anything, like I said, from something serious like business consulting all the way to, I shared this before, like game coaching or travel advice. So if you live in a specific location, you can leverage that. Like I mentioned before, you can leverage a location where you live and give travel advice. You also have like life coaching or career counseling. So there's definitely a lot of ideas and gigs you can create just based on consulting. And I think consulting it's a great thing to get into because it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And like I said, you're just sharing the knowledge that you have on a specific topic. So like I said, for example, this is like you might not think that this would be something that you would see in Fiverr, right? For example, I shared the one with chess before here, or we have people like doing Fortnite coaching here, which is definitely something that I wouldn't think that I would see on these kind of platforms. So, and gaming is big. So let's say that you are a gamer, you know about a specific game, you can definitely offer this as well. So any kind of consulting that you think on a certain topic that you're good at, like I said, something that your, for example, your parents, your family, your friends always ask you help with, then you can check this gig as well, or this category as well. So thank you again. I'm going to see you in the next video to give you even more gig ideas that you can create. Hello and welcome to the next video. This video is going to be another gig idea video, and I'm going to focus mostly, not mostly, but totally on the lifestyle category. Now, you might not see the lifestyle category up here because it doesn't fit, but it's on the app, so it's definitely a category on Fiverr, and there's basically multiple subcategories within the lifestyle category, right? So the lifestyle category is mostly about hobbies, arts, crafts. You can see self-improvement, which is very, something that it's very big right now, either with counseling, like I mentioned before. You can offer language lessons. For example, if you speak a particular language, you can do that as well. Online tutoring, so basically self-improvement as a whole. I mentioned gaming before. We also have, like I said, we can do anything with Fiverr. We have like a specific category for hobbies or leisure, like arts and crafts, traveling, collectibles, anything. We also have the wellness and fitness category. So if this is something that you enjoy doing, like working out, you can do workout plans. You can definitely offer workout plans on Fiverr, or even fitness lessons, meal plans. So if nutrition, something like that, if that is on your something that you do, something that you enjoy doing, you can definitely offer this as well. So the fitness category is something that is kind of new. So there's definitely something that you can offer your services at. We also have fashion and style, and I want to talk about a specific category, which is here a subcategory styling and beauty. And a few gigs that I want to share with you here are basically freelancers here are are being a personal stylist, right? So we have people here who are, for example, this freelancer here is a personal stylist, and what this freelancer does is, for example, for the basic package, is they will create 5 outfits, right? So they're charging $65 to basically pick or create 5 outfits for a client. So if fashion is something that you might have knowledge on or enjoy doing, like I said, maybe your friends ask you help with, this is something that you might want to check out. Or for example, a complete wardrobe refresh, this freelancer charges $155 to pick basically 15 outfits, and they're linking like the accessories and everything like that. So this is definitely a category that has a lot of interest. As you can see, there's quite a lot of results in this category. You can also do like skincare advice if that's something that you enjoy doing, hair or makeup. So anything like this works very well as well, especially this year where like self-improvement, all of that is something that is always growing and trending. So I wanted to talk about, like I said, the lifestyle category as a whole, but I also wanted to give you some gig ideas like the styling and beauty one, also like the workout plans or the fitness lessons. So we have, freelancers here who offer, basically they are being the personal trainers here on Fiverr. So like I said, if this is something that you do yourself, you can definitely offer this on Fiverr. So the lifestyle category is something, like I said, that it's something new, but it's definitely something that you can offer here because, like I said before, when we think about Fiverr, we think about serious gigs like designing something, programming something, working with clients, for like serious jobs. But Fiverr has more than we can think of, to offer, right? So there's basically any gig that you can think of, you can offer it on Fiverr. And the lifestyle is great because it's a more fun way of making money. Like imagine you're making money online by choosing outfits for someone, right? Or helping them with their fitness journey, or even like game coaching that I mentioned before, right? So anything that you know of, that you have a skill set for, or something that you just enjoy doing, it's going to be great. So the lifestyle category as a whole. Now I give some specific gigs here, but I would definitely look into the lifestyle category as a whole and start offering your services there, because like I mentioned, we saw, for example, for the styling and beauty, there were 1,300 gigs, active gigs there, and they were charging, like the one that we saw, the personal stylist who was charging, like for the basic package, she's choosing 5 outfits for $65. And as you can see, she has like 4 orders in queue, and she has, close to 100 orders, right? So this is definitely something that you can check out as well. So anything that you can think of, like I said, you can offer it on Fiverr. So this is another gig idea, but not just one, but a few, and the lifestyle category as a whole, right? So thank you again. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Hello and welcome to another video. Now this video is basically going to be a summary of what we discussed so far with the gig ideas. So I've given more than a few options and gig ideas, even like specific gig ideas and categories as a whole, which you can create your first gigs on. But as I mentioned, I wanted to give you options and not just focus on one specific gig idea, right? Because the thing is that this is all going to depend from you. What you enjoy doing, what skills that you might have, and like I said, what you just like to offer and work with clients on, right? Even if you're very skilled, let's say you do programming, design, then it's that's even better, right? But I wanted to give you some like low entry gigs and gigs that maybe don't need the biggest skill set. But if you have a bigger skill set, or you finished, you have your certifications, and you're very skilled in a specific category, let's say programming, then obviously you want to offer services on that. But as a new seller, you can create up to 7 active gigs, right? So there's no need for you to focus only on one. You can create 7 active gigs, and they can be different kinds of gigs. For example, let's say you offer some more serious like design or programming, then you can offer some other services on the lifestyle category, which is like not as serious and more, it's going to be not as serious as those other gigs, and it's a category on its own. So you do not limit yourself to only one gig. And like I said, write 2 to 7 skills that you might have, some things, hobbies, something that you enjoy doing, and then you can create your gigs based on that. So this is all going to be specific to you, because like I said, if I say go create a specific gig, right? If I say, for example, go create a designing gig, and let's say 10 people see this course, 100 people or 1,000 people see this course, right? Hello there and welcome to the next video. This video is going to be basically kind of like a summary of what we discussed so far with the gig ideas and the categories. So a point that I want to make is that what gig you create, it's all going to depend from you, right? Because like I said before, I do not want to give you one specific gig like I see all these other courses doing, because they're telling you go create this gig, but they do not take into account that 100 people, 1,000 people, or even more are watching that course. So if a lot of people are watching my course right now and you all go create the same gig, it's not going to benefit anyone because it's going to become saturated, so no one is going to win, and it might be something that you might not enjoy doing or something that you're not skilled at. So this is why I wanted to give you more than a few gig options and specific categories, specific gigs for you to give you ideas on what you can offer on Fiverr. So like I said, it's going to be different from person to person because you as a freelancer are going to have different skill sets, different hobbies, things that you enjoy doing. So keep this in mind. And like I said, it's all going to be, it all depends from you what you want to offer on Fiverr. That is why I gave you more than a few options and like specific gigs and specific categories, which I think which I'm confident they're performing very well because I see them perform very well. So take all this into account. And also, when you're a new seller, you can create up to 7 active gigs, right? So do not limit yourself to only one gig. In fact, the more gigs you can create, the better, because if you create, let's say, 7 active gigs, one of them might be a winner, right? So then you focus on that one, right? So that is why the more gigs you can offer, the better. So let's say you create a gig on, for example, a business related or programming, right? If you have the skill set for it, then it's perfect. You know, I showed you some low entry gigs that you might not need the biggest skill set to do, but if you are skilled in a topic, then even better, right? You can offer those gigs as well. So you can create, for example, more serious gigs like design, programming, e-commerce, digital marketing, something like that, something that you have the skill set for. And you can also create some gigs in the lifestyle category, right? So do not limit yourself to only one specific category. Like I said, the more gigs you can create, the better, because you're giving yourself a better chance of succeeding on Fiverr. Because obviously, if you create 7 active gigs, not every single one of them is going to perform good, right? For example, if you create 7 active gigs, you might have 1 or 2 winners, and then you just focus on those and you grow and grow and you scale your business. So like I said, to summarize here, create something that you have the skill set for, something that you enjoy doing, and do not limit yourself to one specific category. Offer as many gigs as you can, and then basically build from that. Once your gigs start getting traction and orders, like I'm going to show you in the next videos to optimize your gigs and how the Fiverr algorithm works, then you can basically work with that and, like I said, scale and expand your business. So thank you again. I'm going to see you in the next video where we're going to be creating our first gig together.